Hello students, welcome back to my channel English Wave. My name is Gurbhesra and in this video I am going to discuss part 2 and the name of the part is Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. I have already made the video on first part of this chapter and I have given the link in the description box, you can check it out. So before starting this part, I'll give you some basic information that what this part is all about. So this part of the chapter throws the light on the origin of Shehnai and life of all the time great Shehnai Vadik, that is Bismillah Khan, and he was also the winner of Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award of India. And moreover, on 15th of August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the entire nation with his Shehnai. Before starting this part, some images are given here who are renowned instrumentalists, and what you are supposed to do, you have to search the names of these people, and as you can see, this last image, this is Bismillah Khan. So let's start discussing the chapter. Think of the Shehnai and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or a singular or a similar occasion or function. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro playing this instrument. So when we think of a Shehnai, a traditional tune related to weddings crosses through our mind. Next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, as he was a famous Shehnai player. So let's start reading the chapter. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument called Pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill unpleasant sound. Now Aurangzeb was a Mughal emperor and he banned the musical instrument Pungi. Pungi was a precursor of Shehnai. It was a predecessor of Shehnai, and Aurangzeb prohibited the playing of it in the royal residence. Why? Because it had a shrill unpleasant sound. Shrill means sharp and unpleasant, means which is not comfortable to our ears. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noise makers. Generic name means the name given to a class or a group as a whole. So few had thought that it would one day be revived. Revived means to bring back to life. So few people thought that Pungi would be brought back someday. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the Pungi. As we know that sound produced by the Pungi was not pleasant. So a barber from musical family who used to go to royal palace decided to modify it to improve the tonal quality of Pungi. So he chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem. Hollow means empty. That was longer and broader than the Pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. So what he did, he took a pipe which was hollow, means it was empty from inside, and it was big as compared to Pungi, both lengthwise and breadthwise. And what he did, he made a 7 holes on the body of pipe. So when he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. So when he blew air in it, and by blocking and releasing air from the holes, it produced very soft and melodious voice. Melodious means very sweet and which is very comfortable to our ears. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. And when he played it in front of a royal persons, they liked it. The instrument, so different from the Pungi, had to be given a new name. So as we can see in the pictures that this instrument was very different from Pungi. It is broader and longer than Pungi and it has 7 holes on it. And when air is blown through this, it produces melodious sound. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers, and was played by a nai, that is barber. The instrument was named the Shehnai. So as it was played first time in Shah's chamber. Shah was the name given by the Mughals to the king, and by a nai, which is called barber in English. So instrument was named the Shehnai, combining the two words Shah and Nai, Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious means promising to bring fortune. So people started to consider the sound of Shehnai as good fortune. And for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done, or which is an essential component or cannot be avoided. Because it was considered auspicious, it is still played in temples and an essential part of the weddings of the North India. So in the past, the Shehnai was part of a Naubat, or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Naubat is a word of Urdu language which means traditional ensemble, and traditional ensemble means things considered as a group or a group of musicians playing instruments together. And Shehnai was one of these 9 instruments found in the royal court. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So till recent times, the Shehnai was played only in temples and weddings, but thanks to Ustad Bismillah Khan, who brought it to the classical stage, means stage performance were started for this instrument. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient state of Dumraon. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient state of Dumraon in Bihar. So when Bismillah Khan was of only 5-year-old, he used to play Gilli Danda near a pond in this hometown, and that is Dumraon in Bihar. Gilli Danda is an old sport, you must know about this. And he would regularly go to nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. In spite of being Muslim, he used to go to Bihariji temple to sing Bhojpuri song, that is Chaita, and as a prize from the local king, he would get a big laddu of weighing 1.25 kg. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. So here writer is recapitulating his whole life, starting from when he was 5-year-old and getting laddu as a prize, to when trod the path of progress and got the Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award of India. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. So Bismillah came from a family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasool Baks Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of Bhojpur King's court. His father Pagambar Baks and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Paternal ancestor means ancestor of the father. So we got to know that almost all the ancestors from his father's side were great Shehnai players, like his grandfather Rasool Baks Khan and his father Pagambar Baks. All were Shehnai players. The young boy took to music early in life. Took to music means started learning. So he started learning music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to the maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now it's a Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncle practice the Shehnai. So at the age of 3, his mother took him to his maternal uncle's home in Banaras. So when Bismillah Khan was of just 3 years, his mother took him to the maternal uncle's house. Maternal uncle means brother of mother. And here he was fascinated by watching his uncle playing Shehnai. Fascinated means attracted towards or charmed by anything. Soon Bismillah starting accompanying his uncle Ali Bux to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Bux was employed to play the Shehnai. Accompany means to be companion. So then Bismillah Khan started to going with his uncle Ali Bux to Vishnu temple where his uncle was employed. Means it was his duty to play Shehnai there. So Ali Bux would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. On end means for a very long time without stopping. And captivated means get attracted towards or filled with wonder and delight. और जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं कि मंत्र मुग्ध हो जाना. So on end means for a very long time without stopping. While Ali Bux playing Shehnai, Bismillah Khan used to sit for longer hours listening to Shehnai. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. So gradually he started learning the Shehnai and practicing for the whole day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangalamaya and the banks of the Ganga became apprentice favorite haunts. Apprentice means a learner who's learning something. Favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. Solitude means being alone, sit alone. And haunts means places where we frequently visit, where we visit again and again. So Bismillah Khan kept on visiting these places like Balaji and Mangalamaya temples and banks of Ganga river where we used to sit alone and practice for long hours. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent rags that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. So he got the inspiration from the flowing river and invented rags which were not considered to make with the Shehnai earlier. So at the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad music conference. So when he was of 14-year-old, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to Allahabad music conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Fayaz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." And when he ended his performance, recital means performance, Ustad Fayaz Khan patted the young boy's back. Patted the back means giving appreciation and said that if he would work hard, he will get immense success in the field of music. So with the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. And in 1938, when All India Radio opened in Lucknow, he got a chance to perform and soon he became often heard Shehnai player. Means he started to perform on radio regularly. Now we have studied almost half of the chapter and now I am going to put some short answer type questions in front of you based on the content what we have already studied. So what I want you to pause this video here and try to find out the answers of these questions. So let's move on to our next paragraphs. When India gained independence on 15th of August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. That I have already told you at the outset of the video that Ustad Bismillah Khan was the first to greet a whole nation on 15th of August 1947 with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. poured heart out means to put whole heart and energy to do something. So he performed at Red Fort, and name of the rag he sang was Rag Kafi. The name of rag was Kafi. And India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, was also present over there, who gave his famous speech, and the name of the speech was Tryst with Destiny. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Taken in by means attracted or charmed by, and souvenirs means things given in memory of a place, person, or event. So when he went to Afghanistan, his first abroad trip, his performance was liked by King Zahir Shah, and he was so taken in by, means attracted by or charmed by, and he gifted him souvenirs like Persian carpets, etc. So the king of Afghanistan was not the only one to fascinate with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at festival that he named a film after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. So the king was not the only one impressed by his performance, but Vijay Bhatt, Bollywood director, was also so impressed after hearing him. And as a result, he made a film based on the instrument, that is Goonj Uthi Shehnai. The film was a hit, and one of Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chart buster. Chart buster means record breaker. So the film went hit, and one song from the movie composed by Bismillah Khan broke all the records. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture Sanadhi Apana. So in spite of achieving huge success in celluloid world is an old-fashioned way of referring to films. So despite of huge success, he gave music only in two films, and which are Goonj Uthi Shehnai and Kannada film Sanadhi Apana. I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. Now here in these lines, he is justifying that why he has given the music in only two movies, because he has just couldn't come to terms, means couldn't able to understand the artificiality of glamour of movies. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. Thick means many, fast means rapidly. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So he got so many awards in the field of music, and from these lines we got to know that he has performed all over the world, like Lincoln Center Hall in US, in Montreal, in Cannes Art Festival, and in Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, that is Tahir Mausiqui Ustad Bismillah Khan. And in Tehran, which is the capital of Iran, an auditorium was named after him, and the name of the auditorium is Tahir Mausiqui Ustad Bismillah Khan. National awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. Conferred means given, usually an award or a degree. When an award or degree is given to someone, then we can say that this award is conferred on him. So these were some India's civilian awards which were conferred on him: Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Vibhushan. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. With the coveted award resting in his chest, his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, "Coveted means much desired." So after receiving this coveted award, he said with glinting eyes. Glinting eyes means with shining eyes. He urged all the Indians to teach their children music because music is the richer tradition of India. And further he added that even the people from the West are also coming to learn our music. So in spite of having traveled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dumrao, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Although he traveled all over the world, but he was exceedingly fond of Banaras, where he learnt music, and Dumrao, which is his birthplace. He was very attached to these places, and these were the two wonderful towns of world for him. So a student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. Replicating means making a copy of something or copying the layout of something. So there was a student of Ustad Bismillah Khan and who requested him to open a Shehnai school in the US. So as he knew that Ustad was very fond of Dumrao and Banaras, so the student also promised him that he would recreate the temples of Banaras and try to make Banaras-like atmosphere in America. But Khan Sahib asked him that if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. But Bismillah Khan said that okay, you would create temples like Banaras, but could you be able to transport Ganga to USA? So ultimately he wanted to say that for him it was not possible to stay out of India. Well, later he is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. Yearning means longing for something. While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the holy Ganga, and while in Banaras, I miss the unique mutt of Dumrao. And here he said that whenever he was out of India, he would long to see India. And even in Mumbai, he used to think only about Banaras and holy Ganga. And while in Banaras, he would miss mutt of Dumrao, where he used to sit for longer hours and practicing. So Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of rich cultural heritage of India, one that effortlessly accepts that the devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So here writer says that Bismillah Khan's life is perfect example of rich and cultural heritage of India, and he was a devoted Muslim, but still he would play the Shehnai daily. Devoted Muslim means he was believing strongly in a religion and obeying its laws and following its practices. But still he would play the Shehnai daily in the Kashi Vishwanath temple, which is a Hindu temple. So it means religion was not a barrier for him. And unfortunately, Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. He was given a state funeral and the government of India declared one-day national mourning. So this was all about the second part of this chapter, Sound of Music, which was about Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now I'm going to give you some short questions based on the paragraph 7 to 13 and try to find out these answers. So that's all for this video. If you like my video, please do share, subscribe to my channel. If you have any query regarding this chapter, please put those queries in the comment box. I would love to solve these queries for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.